Alrighty, are we live? I said, are we live? Well, let's get it. Welcome to the Minister Brother Derrick Show, and I am Minister Brother Derrick. I just want to say that I love Jesus, and that's the title of this song. I love you, Jesus. We'll follow you wherever you lead us. I love you, Jesus. Let the devil deceive us. I love you, Jesus. Can't get enough. I love my Jesus. But people say to keep it real. But here's the deal. If you're not saved, you're missing out. If you're not born again, your future is in doubt. Your body wasn't made to last. When your time comes, it will be reduced to ash. Your flesh will rot, but your life will not. You know your soul will go on forever, so you better realize that you need God, or you will be surprised by the pain of a flame that never goes out. The pits of hell, where the heat swells up, there's no release, not for a moment of peace. The agony and cries never cease. There's someone in the background singing, burn, baby, burn. This isn't normal. Burn, baby, burn. I'm a walking inferno. But seriously though, this will happen if Jesus come back and finds you now. See, no one knows the time of day, but if you follow the word, it won't matter anyway. Because in heaven, no one will ever be sick or shed a tear. So in this realm, I show no fear. What you gonna do? Kill me? Make me a martyr? Give me a head start? Put me on the fast track? So keep macking, keep stacking, keep on shacking up. But get caught napping and the jig is up. And I just want to say, I love you, Jesus. Follow you wherever you lead us. I love you, Jesus. Don't let that devil deceive us. I love you, Jesus. If you think that witnessing to your neighbors is weird, think of foreign countries with statues of idols of revere. Nations of people who don't know God, only mythical characters like a battle of God. Most Americans believe in one Lord, one superior being. Christians should be scorned of souls by the million, but we spend our time fulfilling the desires of our flesh. We won't give Jesus our best effort, but we ask for blessings that we don't deserve. And you wonder why our prayers are not heard. In church, you put down those you really admire. You know you have a desire to make that easy money. Drive the fancy car. You feel like a star. When you enter the bars and clubs, deep down your spirit isn't for God or His ways. So why should anybody listen to a darn thing you say? I love you, Jesus. Follow you wherever you lead us. I love you, Jesus. Don't let the devil deceive us. I love you, Jesus. We'll follow you wherever you lead us. Let the Holy Spirit lead us. And one more time. I love you, Jesus. Alright, y'all, let's get it. Let's get to the Bible study. The Minister, Brother Derrick Show. Let's get it. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. Last minute run to the bathroom. Of course, we ain't had to go. I figured the song was still playing. Maybe I could make it in time, and of course we couldn't. But ain't no need in crying about it. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm trying to get this hat straight. I need to get a new one. I keep forgetting to get one. I don't know why I keep forgetting. But there it is. Tidy up here. Welcome to the Wednesday Bible study, everyone. I'm Minister BROTHADERRICK, and we are continuing our week-long message. We've been talking about evil and what we can do to combat it. What we can do in our circle to combat it. I fell asleep waiting for that video to go in. I got up about 11 o'clock today, and I encoded it. And it was ready at noon. YouTube had the video, and YouTube still isn't ready. We'll go look. I don't think YouTube is still ready. It takes them a while to encode that video, but I like for y'all to have the choice of being able to pan around and see what you want to see in the video. So it takes a while, but it's worth it. We're going to go back to using the other camera and seeing if we can speed this up a little bit. But anyway, our topic today is on evil. Well, before we go there, I want to show y'all something. I would like to show y'all something real quick. Y'all don't mind? This is a picture that I took. I was watching Parking Wars. And I wanted y'all to see the difference because this is what is set up right now. I got the TV sitting on the desk. And you can see my 100-inch projector screen. And for those of y'all that might have been considering getting one, this is how the TV looks. That's how the projector looks. Is it much difference? For those of you who were considering getting a projector, would you rather have the little 32-inch screen or a little 40-inch screen or 55-inch screen and paying $500, $600, $700, $800? Or would you rather get a projector for $100 and paying $10 for the screen? So for $110, you can get a 100-inch screen. For $115, you can get a 120-inch screen. For $125, you can get it with a 150-inch screen. It ain't much difference in between the two. It ain't much difference in between the two. But make sure you get a projector that has Android 9 or higher. I believe Android is on 13 right now. Get Android 9 or higher. You can get your apps, your Netflix, your Hulu, your YouTube. You can get all of that. And you can watch it from the projector. You don't even need a PC. If you have Wi-Fi or mobile hotspot, you can run the projector off of that and watch all your shows. So you don't even need to use the PC. Which means you can put the projector anywhere. with only a wire to plug it up with. But if you're like me, I like to use the PC. So I got the choice. Use the wireless mouse and keyboard, or use the remote to watch my TV. When I want to play my video game, I got an HDMI splitter. I just press that one button and I switch from the PC to the video game. And I only had to move. I just lean up, press that button, lean back down. If you want the ultimate in comfort, and you want to be able to watch the game on a big screen, you want to be able to watch your movies and be in a real theater instead of watching your movie on a little TV across the room, but you actually want to feel like you're in a theater, get you a little 5.1 system, a little 7.1. Get something with a subwoofer, even if you can only get a 2.1. And sit back and enjoy some home theater sound and really enjoy your TV. And you can do it for $110. You ain't got to go spend, I know it's Christmas time and some of y'all gonna be going to Best Buy and Walmart and y'all gonna be going and spending thousands on the TV. You don't need it. You don't. You can see it ain't much difference between the two screens. So I can't justify you kicking out $1,500 for a 75-inch TV when you can get a 100-inch for $110. If you got a white wall, you don't even need the screen, but you can get a big picture and get that real, like you in a theater feel for $100. So that's my tip for the day. You can get them on Amazon, get them on eBay, go to Walmart, shop around, find the best deal. I use the Pottiker, Pottiker, Pottiker. Don't get anything under 1080p native. Not 1080p supported. You want 1080p native. 1080p is full HD. I'm coming to y'all in full HD. This TV that's in this picture, the one that I'm using right now to do the show with, it's only a 720p. So it's a standard HD. And you notice that it's more color. It's more definition in the projector screen than it is in the TV screen. Because both screens are coming off the PC. The PC through HDMI is doing 1080p, which is full HD. This TV can only do 720p. It's scaling up. And then it's bringing the 1080p back down to 720. That's why, to be honest with you, the projector looks better because the projector is native 1080p. The TV is native 720. The projector can play 4K, but it's going to bring the 4K down to 1080p. If you try to play 4K on this TV, it's got to bring it down to 720. For those of y'all that don't understand what I'm talking about, it makes a big difference. The resolution is how many pixels. The little LEDs that make the image. This TV is capable of doing 12,080 by 720. So 12,080 this way and 720 in height. If you're watching a 4K movie, that's doing 3,840 across, and it's doing 2,160 up and down. This TV can only do 720. So it's got to take that 3,080 and bring it down to 1,280. It's got to take that 2160 and bring it down to 720. If you're using one of them cheap $30 projectors, you seen them with a ratio of 480, that's only doing 852 pixels across, and it's doing 480 up and down. So you have to take something that's 2160, 2,160, and it's got to squeeze it down into 480. Don't cheap out. It's not going to look good doing all that compressing. I'd rather come down 1 than come down 3, because you coming past 4K, you're coming past 2K, you're coming past 1080, you're coming past 720, and you're down at 480. How many different steps is that? Your device has to compress all of that and squeeze it in. It's not going to look right. Get yourself a native 1080p projector. If you can afford it, get you a 4K native. You ain't got to worry about it. But a 1080p that can support 4K, and you covered for all your TV. Now, you can afford a little bit more. You might kick out $400 and get one that's 4K native. If you don't watch a lot of 4K movies, don't spend the money on it. Get you a native 1080p, and it's only coming down 1 resolution. So it's bringing that 2160 down to 1920 versus trying to get it to come down to 720 or trying to get it to come down to 480. 480 from 2160 is a lot. I'm just talking about the up and down. But then you go across 3,840, you're compressing it down to 852. That's not going to look good, no matter how you do it. So don't try and cheap out, because I know you can probably get one for $25. With the sales going on, you can probably get a little projector for $25. I think you're doing something. But also make sure it has the Android TV on there. You get the Android TV, then you don't need an Amazon Fire Stick, or you don't need a Roku. All your apps, your Hulu, your Disney Plus, all of that is going to be on there. And anything that you can download for your phone, you'll be able to download on the projector. And you got Wi-Fi. That's all you need for your TV viewing. But it's best to connect the PC up. My opinion. It's best to connect the PC up, but you don't have to. And you can get you a big 100-inch screen, like I say. And by the screen, $110. And they got deals now. You might can find one for like $80 and then pay $10 for the screen. If you got a clear white wall, you don't need a screen. I don't need a screen, but this wall is cement. And they got the cutouts, for the cement blocks, and you'll see it. That's why I use a screen. I don't have to use a screen. And like I say, I fit the screen inside of the 100 inches, but I could have it go all the way across the wall. But I only got a 100-inch screen. And 100 inches is enough. But I could take it higher. But 120 inches is enough. And like I said, I was thinking about, because you can make it smaller too. You don't have to make it 100 inches. I mean, if all you can afford is a 80-inch screen, a 60-inch screen, or if you got a small room, you're in a dorm or something and the wall ain't that big, you can make the screen as big as you want to. you can make it fit the wall, whether it's bigger or smaller. So that's my tip for today. Hey, how you doing? It's yeah, I know I've been waiting on. I could have been came live. Let's go take a look, my duck. Let's go take a look. See if the video ready yet. Go to YouTube Studio. We can go right in the studio. Go to content. Look, it says right here, processing 95%. So let's click it. Let's click the video. And let's hit the link. Let me copy it. Let's hit the link.
Since we're going back, might as well. I still got 2 cans at the house. Of course, it's a pack.
Is it in 4K yet? No, it's only in 1080p. It is not even ready yet.
Maybe I just keep going to the market.
It's on its way, though. So let's make it full screen.
Yeah.
And let's back up a little bit. I don't know why I started right there, but let's back it up a little bit. All right. Now I had it above my head. I actually had the camera. I had this added, so it was extending up, so you can see behind me. And like I say, see, you don't see me, you get the pan all the way down. See? Ask me down there. You get the pan all the way down, so you get to see the road behind me. You get to see everything. And you get to look at what you want to look at. Like right now, I'm showing you what I want to see. But you'll be able to look and see what you want to see.
Look how good our lights are, y'all.
If it's pitch black, but we well lit. If I turn around, look, you can't see nothing. This is behind. Look at that big black. So don't tell me the 4 lights that we using ain't doing nothing. Now, instead of it being on the handlebars, it's on my head. I wonder if we can see the water. So I'm gonna pan to the side. Can we see the water? When we pass the cars, we can get close to the water. Well, I can see the water right there. Oh, what happened? What happened? Hey. There's the water right there. We get past the cars, there they go right there. I got pretty good memory when somebody can't remember nothing. And we're gonna pan over and look at the water. See that? Y'all can see the water, look.
For the 360-degree camera. Oh, my song is on. Ouch, got done. I said got done. That was a bump right there.
Like I said, you can pan around, you can see everything clearly. You know, you can go full circle. You can go full circle and see everything.
Ouch.
Our next trip, we going over this road right here. We're gonna go over this road. That's gonna be our next trip to see what's up that road. me check the chat. You say, you bought cat cable so you can watch 360 and 2K. Said video looks good. Lots of other problems though.
On the highway.
Well, like I say, I need to start getting my lazy butt outside during the day because it looks better at daytime. But as you can see, it's a 95% of video processed. You have to realize you have the upload and then you have the processing. The processing takes the longest. But on regular video, it don't take no time. But for some reason, this 360, it really struggles with it. But y'all can see right there, it's pending. But let's go to the daytime. I think it's a daytime video. No, that's nighttime too. Okay, so we want I think we want part 1. So let's go back. I think we want part 1. Okay, that was when we went to the harbor. I think this is the one during the day. Hold on. I think this is the one during the day. This is when we out during the day.
You'll be moving on up. If I catch you.
Hands on the handlebars so you see me.
This is one geek that's hard to beat.
Total package. That's why I'd rather these wannabe savages who against who been caught or more than a cabbage patch dog. But you speak like those fucking
he gets paid,
motherfucker. Your law is raw. Raw is war. If he didn't want to fight, put the sign up for. Because raw is war. War is raw. If he didn't want to fight, put the sign up for. Don't let me crack my paws against your jaw.
Because we running the show, the PC playing in 1080. But we got it in 2K and we got it in 4K.
You say I don't belong on the same stage.
Y'all see 4K right there. Yeah, if I try to play 4K, it's going to hub and buzz. Because we running the show.
From state to state, town to town. I only get hard for horse, feel me. My defense is my secret, but I can't believe it.
So this is what YouTube chose to play.
Why?
The raw is war, and war is raw.
And if you didn't want to fight,
what you sign up for? Yo.
Let me crack my paw across your jaw. Because I'm telling you, raw is war.
War is war.
If you didn't want to fight, what you sign up for?
Raw is war, and war is raw.
If you didn't want to fight,
what you sign up for?
Everything will be on
come on with it then.
And if you did not, let me know a little bit more.
The camera will be like it is on the right here. And then I
make my own music. And you never know what kind of product.
I think that the video sounded better.
I might not sound like I'm
The sounded better on the handle.
But you know I ain't walking out just like a dove. You know
it looks better if the song was out, but it's not.
Anyway, girl.
Doesn't like it if you don't like it. Like I always say. I think it's a picture day.
I check out the picture ad. It's about you fried.
Like I say,
So we check out the picture ad.
y'all can pan and look at whatever you want.
About you fried.
You got some meat, take it to the street. Because you pack your feet. Go ahead and ride your name.
So basically, I can't hide nothing.
Get it up, friends. I'm out
Out here.
So we check out the picture ads about you fried.
I ain't gonna be able to hide nothing. And you can see it's still saying processing 95 cents. It's still saying processing 95 cents. It was saying that before we even started. It's been saying that for the past hour and something. So I don't know what it is that takes YouTube forever to process the video. So don't say I don't have it up for you. Let me check the chat. So y'all can't say that I'm not out there trying for you, because I am. It's Wednesday night. It's Bible study. It's only 3 people here. All righty. So we see how the people feel about God and Jesus. The phone says it's 4, but YouTube says 3. Which one is it? So let's get to our topic here. Give me 1 second here. Okay. We focusing on evil. Now you see, you have the devil and Jesus. As I was telling y'all yesterday, for some reason, evil likes to tempt good people into proving something. Evil tries to shake up good by making the good prove itself. See, somebody evil always wants somebody good to show them an example. I need y'all to understand this. The way that evil tries to maneuver itself in to your life is to make you show them something. Because when you show them something, you're acknowledging them. You're acknowledging their presence. You're giving credit. You're legitimizing the evil, whether it's a person or an act. When you try to prove something you already know is true, you're legitimizing and giving credit to the evil. If somebody comes into this chat right now and says, Minister Brother Derrick, you're a fake minister, you don't know what you're talking about. If I go, well, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. I'm legitimizing the evil and giving him a place here in the chat. The correct way to do it is, I'm not going to show you anything. You tell me what you got a problem with. That's when you shut evil down. Don't let evil put you on the defensive. Because when you do that, it makes other people go, well, maybe it's something to what he's saying. Because you're legitimizing the evil. You are accepting it. You are trying to defend yourself against it. You are legitimizing the evil. So if somebody comes up to you and tries to get you to show your cards, you make them show theirs. Because chances are they ain't got no cards. But they banking on your ego for you to show everything to them. That's why it bothers me How come we don't know nothing about what Russia got? We don't know nothing about what North Korea got. We don't know nothing about what the Iranians got. But God darn it, go on the internet. And you can go to Fort Knox. You can go to any army base. You can go anywhere and see what kind of weapons we got. Anybody around the world can come see what the United States has. But we can't find nothing about what they got. Why is that? Because see, the evil ain't going to show you what they got. But they want to trick you into showing what you have. They want to go on your cockiness, on your boastfulness. Yes, we got the best army in the world. But why we keep showing everybody what we got? Yeah, we got the new missiles here. We got the new F-19s. We got this. And they sitting there like, yeah, they got that. We got to get ready for that. And yeah, we're going to invade them. We got to get ready for that. When you go ask them what they got, we ain't got nothing. Videos of us testing our rockets. When we find evidence that I'm testing rockets, they go underground. Well, you ain't want to see this. Evil don't want to be seen. Evil wants to sit in the background and look like it got nothing with his hands behind his back. And then at the right time, it strikes. Good. We just open and let everybody see everything. A lot of people say, when you came to YouTube, why do you take everybody where you go? Because I noticed that most people on YouTube don't do that. Let me say that again. Most of the people on YouTube don't do that. And then little by little, this will come out. And little by little, that'll come out. And little by little, that'll come out. Can't nobody do that to me. Because there ain't nothing for you to find. I'm damn the evil to come up with something. Been damn it. What, from 2018 up until last year? We got something, find it. They were saying all kinds of stuff about me. I was like, thousands of videos up, go look. Show me anywhere. Anytime I leave the house, I'm recording. I don't go nowhere without two cameras. One of them might fail on the way, so I'll be carried two. Go look through that video and find something. Ain't nobody found none yet. Everybody not as open as I am. But see, when you ask them, open up your stuff, oh no, I can't do that. What do you mean? Oh, I might lose my job, or my family might find out, or I got stuff to lose. Then why you on YouTube acting like a daggone fool if you got something to lose, fool? That should be the question you should be asking these people. Instead, you keep trying to show them, hey, that's not me. Hey, no, make them show. Because they don't show nothing. But they expect you to show them everything. You can't question them about nothing they do. But they'll be the first one. Hey, don't hey me. What are you doing? What are you doing when you're not behind the microphone and the camera? What are you doing? What do you do? Now, if they're going to the club, they'll show you that. They're going bowling or something. They show you that. They're getting on the airplane. They show you that. They won't show you their private life, will they? You know why? Because they don't want you to see. If you saw what they did in their private life, you wouldn't fool with them. That's why they keep you showing what you're doing. So nobody don't think to ask them, what are you doing? That's why when they come in, the first thing I say is, why should I pay you any mind? You got that fake avatar. Why should I pay you any mind? You got that fake name. Who are you? Tell us something about you. Oh, no, I can tell about myself. Well, then shut up then. We don't want to hear what you got to say. You ain't got the courage to show us who you are to validate yourself. You don't have the right to ask me anything. You don't have the right to ask anybody else anything. If you won't show who you are, why should anybody listen to anything you got to say? The reason you won't do that is because you don't want us to see the evil that you do. You want to keep us busy by proving how good we are while you do the evil in the background. If I was to walk into a prison right now and I had this hat on and I saw an inmate standing there, and I would say, why are you walking around with your pants sagging down? Don't you know that just looks terrible? Makes you look funny. They would say to me, you're supposed to be a minister. You can't say nothing like that. You go to jail. A damn inmate. How you gonna tell me what I can do? But that's what evil do. Evil checks good the minute it see it. The minute it see good, it checks it. And if the good got the nerve to say something to it, boy, it's gonna come at you fast. A dude that got guards that look up his butt before he can go any damn where, that gotta be handcuffed and shackled before he can even move, will sit there and ask somebody that's doing what they supposed to do. Prove yourself. Look at where you at. You've already proven that you ain't worth nothing. How you got the gall to challenge me? How you got the gall? I get to walk around and do what go where I want to go and do what I want to do. You can't. You ain't been outside these 4 walls in years. But you'll sit there and question somebody that does what you can't do. You can't be free. How you got the gall to ask somebody who does what they supposed to do? You got the gall to question them. You got the gall to attack them. The majority of these people that you see making the most noise ain't doing nothing. They making that noise so you don't see what they really doing. This is how evil gets in. By putting you to work, trying to prove how good you are. While they slide in and get comfortable. And when they slide in off your credibility, because you allow them to slide in. When you answer them, when you cater to them, you allow them to come right on in. And then before you know it, the kids is walking around with their pants hanging down. Before you know it, the girls got the hooters hanging out. Before you know it, the boys got the tattoos everywhere. Got the mohawk. Got the biker jackets. Before you even realize it. You come home from work one day and see your son and don't recognize him. What the hell happened to you? Oh, this is what everybody wearing today. You allow the evil to come in and get comfortable. And the evil picks on your kids. While you so busy showing off what you do, they influencing the next generation. By the time you realize it, they already in and set. And now, it's you versus your kids. Because your kids want to be cool. They don't want to be like you. They don't want to be nerds. They don't want to be goody two-shoes. They want to be hip. They don't care about going to college anymore. if they do care, they want to be a football player. They don't want to be a doctor no more. They don't want to be a scientist no more. They want to be a basketball player or a football star. Your children was young. They wanted to be a veterinarian. You let the evil in. The evil get a hold of them. Now they want to be strippers. Somebody saying something. Let me take the chat. You say they are all evil. They all sin. 8 billion sinners. God overran with evil. He said, do you do evil to live food? He said, and if I shoot them, who is evil? He said, evil is in your face and they get donations too. He said, are you crazy to allow them in? He said, barbed wire, 10-foot electric fence, done patrol. Kids got all the guns. But see, when I was a child, we had the little cat guns. And we were playing cowboys. But by the time, and it's only a 6-year difference, by the time my brother came along, he was playing Doom. Little cap guns, that was the start. The little cap guns, the little water guns, that was the start. Then the video games came in, where you actually were killing people. The conditioning. The conditioning. I was growing up, a child would never thought to pick up a gun. Even if we knew where our parents' gun was, we would never touch it. It would never occur to us to pick it up. These kids got games where you can kill something and pick up a gun and you can see how many bullets you got and everything. As a child, I had no idea how to load a gun. But as a teenager, the movies showed you how to load a gun. Then the video game showed you how to load a gun. There wasn't no school shooting when I was coming up. But now you got kids that's shooting up the school and they expect the kids to get back up. Yeah, I know I shot them, but hit the reset button. What you mad about? Hit the reset button and start over again. Why am I locked up? Let me out. Hit the reset button. Restart the game. Because they think it's a game. Mud Dog said about putting up barbed wire and all of that. Doing that separates you from the good as well as the bad. Separation is not the answer. That's when evil wins. When it gets the good people to separate themselves. Now you're a target because you're separated. It's easier to get somebody when they can do 5-on-1, 10-on-1, 20-on-1, because everybody is now so separate. Because see, you don't know what the other person is doing, but the evil know what everybody doing. Because the evil checks in on everybody and leaves this mark. You come out your door and see your neighbor and go, hey, how you doing? And keep right on going. Evil stops and interrogates you and your neighbor. Evil is not better. Evil is just more of a busybody. Because see, two evil people from two different countries can link up. And do evil. Just flow together. But two good people from two different countries have barriers. Because they're going to want to prove that their way is better than what you're doing. Even though you both say you're doing good, they got to prove my way is better. Evil says, hey, we're going to do evil together. Hey, let's just make it work. And they make it work. You can get two criminals can get together and bang, work together. I sit there and watch Ink Master, and they start out with 18 people, and they all competing for 100,000. But just sit back and watch the show and watch the relationships and see how the evil people somehow form alliances. And then they turn on the people who they allied with. But even after they turn on somebody, somebody else will form another alliance with them. I'm like, he just dropped dime on his supposed buddy, and then you getting buddy with him. He gonna do the same thing to you. But see, they doing something that God said don't do. So they all sinning. You can call it a profession, but they sinning. They gonna get along. Even when they argue and fight, they gonna get along. Because they all in the same boat. They all doing the same thing. And when they need to, they can be cohesive. People that sin, when somebody else is doing the same sin, they automatically come together. But Christians, people who say they're good, spend more time nitpicking on each other rather than focusing on what we got in common. If we all have Jesus and God in common, it shouldn't matter where we come from. We should be able to sit down and have a discussion and have dinner. But no, I'm not going to come on here. You're eating it. You're doing that. You're not racist. Yeah. But evil, hey, man, I don't necessarily like your style, but we do the same thing. Let's work together. Evil can work together because they know that they're doing wrong. So let's do wrong together. It'll make us stronger. People that think they're good think that stuff don't stink and think they don't need. The reason that the church, no matter how corrupt it got, hasn't been done away with is because At least it was supposed to bring people together. But in reality, it doesn't. It really shows how far the evil has infiltrated the church. You got the women trying to be the first lady. They can't be the first lady. Then they want to be the first lady of the top reverend or the second reverend or the third reverend. They can't get that spot. They want to be the top deacon, the second deacon, the third deacon. That's locked up. They can't get that. God done it. The choir director, the person that lead the musicians. They can't get that. Then who's single, they got the most money? Or who look the best? Then they work their way down. That's what church is now. It ain't got nothing to do with Jesus and God. People come for the music, the praise dancing. All right, it's 12 o'clock. I got to go. Football game, get ready, come on. I don't want to sit for the preaching. Then we got to sit there. Come on, Red, wind it up. God done it. Teams get ready to kick off. Come on, man. They're more worried about the football than it is about hearing about the word of God. Church is now a fashion show and an entertainment. It's only 5 people here. But I guarantee you, if we go look around YouTube and somebody on there now talking some mess, I bet you it's 50 people in that chat. Evil has got you to put Jesus and God on the back burner. I'm showing you a picture. What's this picture of? This picture is the devil showing you what evil does. This picture is showing you what evil does. The devil knows who Jesus is. I'm not sure if God made the devil or if Jesus made him, but I do know either way, the devil knows who Jesus is. But the devil's thinking he's not in godly form. He's in human form. God is allowing me to test him. Since he in human form, maybe I can do to him what I do to the human beings. Because he's in human form, maybe I can do to him what I've done to humanity. He's trying to appeal to Jesus's sinful side. He's thinking that because he came out the womb his mother Mary, that he must have the sinful nature. And he's trying to appeal to the sinful nature that Jesus has, or he thinks he has. He doesn't realize Jesus was implanted in the womb. There was no man seed to inject Jesus with the sinful nature. But the devil doesn't know that. He thinks that he's a man, and I know when I do this to men, they fall. And he's trying to entice Jesus the way he would entice us. And Jesus is showing us how to fight. How do you fight evil? The devil is telling, he knows that Jesus hasn't ate for 40 days. He knows he hasn't drank for 40 days. He challenges Jesus. I know you got some powers. Use them. Defeat yourself. Jesus told him, man cannot live on bread and water alone. Devil like, damn, all right. Devil takes Jesus up to this mountain and says, prove yourself. If you are the Son of God, jump off this cliff. If you are the Son of God, he will send angels to catch you. Once again, he's trying to get Jesus to prove something to him. Who is he? The fact that he needs Jesus to do something for him shows his weakness. So once again, he's asking Jesus to perform some sign for him. But who is he? This isn't God asking him. This is the enemy of God asking him. Why does the enemy think that he got the right to ask Jesus anything? This is the problem with evil. It had no scruples. The same way I told you, the prisoner in chains doesn't have the right to come ask me anything. A troll that come in here with a fake avatar and a fake name don't have the gall to ask me anything. But if I stop doing what I'm doing to entertain this troll, to entertain this prisoner, I'm giving them credibility that they don't deserve, that they've done nothing to get. They haven't done anything, ain't shown nothing. It's no different than when I was riding the bike and the little kids was asking me to do wheelies. Who are these kids asking me? Because if I fall and bust my head wide open, are they going to help? No, they're probably going to come steal the damn bike. But I'm supposed to risk my life to entertain some people that can't do a darn thing for me if something go wrong. It ain't no different Then you get a group of kids together and they bored on a Saturday night. And one of them say, well, why don't you go out there and lay down on the double-sided yellow lines and see if the cars will run you over. If you do get run over, are they going to help you? No, they're going to run away. But evil always wants you to prove something to them when they haven't shown you anything. The devil ain't showed Jesus nothing, but he wants Jesus to jump off the cliff. Jesus is fasting because he wants to, but the devil wants him to prove. You know, make yourself some bread. You know, conjure up some wine. You ain't got to be starving. Ain't you the Son of God? Why you starving? Prove to me you the Son of God. He told Jesus, look down. See all these kingdoms. I can make you king over all of them. I'm sure Jesus is thinking to himself, I made the people. I'm already king over them. I'm supposed to give up my position as having a choice to decide who get to continue on and who don't. God created me and had me do everything. I'm supposed to give it up just to show you something. Why do I want to just rule a couple of kingdoms you want to give me? I rule everything. I rule you if I want to. But see, evil got gall. Evil got nerve. Evil got spunk. You trying to get the man who created everything to be satisfied, to let you give him a couple kingdoms. The man who in a cloud led the Egyptians to the land of the milk and honey. The man that knocked down the walls and allowed the Israelites, that allowed the Hebrew people to kill all those people. And he gave them that land. You trying to offer him the same land that he gave to the people that got it. If that ain't gall, I don't know what is. How you tempt somebody with something they already got? I know you got $20 million, but if you do this one thing for me, I'll give you $1 million. I got 20 million. I don't need your $1 million. Yes, you do. You need my $1 million. You don't have my $1 million. I got 20 million. Yeah, but you ain't got my 1 million. And you're gonna give up that 20 million and be worried about my 1 million. And see, human beings are stupid like that, because if you got 30 pieces of silver and you can only find 29 of them, will you put down them 29 pieces to go find that one? Remember that phrase? A bird in your hand, beat two in the bush. You gonna put down the one you got in your hand to go in the bush to get two? If the village is hungry and you the sheep herder and you got 30 sheep ready to go, nice and fat, one of them turn up missing, you gonna stop watching the 29 and leave them to go find that one sheep? Or you gonna go with the 29 and say, hey, I got 29, make it work. But I've seen people that got $30 and can't find $1, and they tear the house up looking for that $1. He's asking Jesus to forget about everything that you got, everything God got planned for you. I want you to come with me. Evil got that kind of gall. Because they think you're stupid. They think they know you. Don't you find it strange? What was her name? Bathsheba? She's outside bathing naked, right under the king's window. Her husband is the best friend of the king and the general of the army. Why the heck is she bathing naked underneath his window? Who would tell somebody to do that? You're looking at him. Because the devil knows, even though the king has 400 virgins that he can go and lay up with anytime he wants, that he's married to, he's looking at what he can't have. And he got her out there paving naked in front of him. Hey, king, you know you want this? I know you got 400 other ones that look just like me, but look at me. Hey. And the king, who got 400 of his own, could have called all 400 of them in there and had them bathing in front of him, posing any way he want. He want the one that's the wife of his best friend. He want the one he can't have. And he's trying to do that to Jesus. But Jesus don't have that sinful nature. Jesus doesn't have that selfish desire. Those of y'all who might have seen the movie, what was the movie with Wesley Snipes in it? Y'all know what I'm talking about? It came out in the 90s. It was about crack. It had Ice-T in it. You had two brothers. The younger brother came across the crack cocaine. They were small time dealers. The older brother took the crack cocaine and made an empire out of it. The younger brother had this sleazy woman that he loved to death. The older brother had a wife, but she couldn't give him no kids. But he had a wife. The older brother saw the younger brother was in love with this woman, and instead of him being happy for him, he go seduce the woman. The woman wanted him anyway because, you know, what I said about being the first lady, the older brother ran the organization. So she wanted to be the first lady of the organization. The brother could have had any woman that he wanted. But he had to go after the woman that the younger brother liked. That drove the younger brother to actually use the product that he discovered on himself. And he became a crack addict. And the older brother had to kill him. For what? Because the older brother couldn't control himself. He had to have everything. Even though the younger brother started it, the older brother had to take control and take everything that the younger brother had. And then he had to kill him. This is what evil does. Once you let evil in the door, it's hard to get rid of. And slowly, evil will destroy you and everything around you. It will contaminate it. Like a disease, like a cancer. And you know, once you get cancer, it's hard to get it out. You know it's hard to get it out. When one person get the flu in the household, everybody gonna get it at some point. And keep passing it around. You have to separate everybody and wait till it passes. You gotta do evil the same way. The good has to separate from the evil. But the answer is not from the good to separate from the good, which is what the evil has got us to do. Separate from each other so that it's easier to attack one-on-one rather than having to go all at one time. See, if we try to go all at one time, people will unite. If there's a gunman trying to break into every house on the block, everybody on the block will come out. But if he break into one house, well, it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me. They ain't take my stuff. I don't know what you were doing, but they didn't come to my house. They ain't come to my house either. Well, and everybody can turn their head. And that's what we do. We turn our head. I've been here since the last week of April. You know how many gunshots I heard ring out? I go outside and look and see if I can see what happened. You know what I don't see? I might see one or two other people come out on their balcony and look. I don't see nobody on the low rises that I can see open that door and come out and look at all. You know why? They got conditioned. They used to it. Doesn't even bother them. They ain't shooting at me. I'm up on the 10th floor. I'm on the 15th floor. The bullet ain't coming up here. They don't pay no mind. They're conditioned. The evil not in my face. Whoever it is, hey, say la vie. Could be your favorite person in the whole building, but hey, I'm not there. So why do I care? You say, hey, rat-a-tat-tat. Oh, somebody got shot at. Oh well. I see what the news say anything about it tomorrow. Evil got you conditioned to accept it. It's just part of the game. It's part of life. The only way to stop evil is don't let it in. Let me take the chat real quick before I continue on. He said, don't show any silver or they will kill you and take it. It's the end time. Said that's what Brodero needs. 400 virgins, lots of you. He said I can't afford them good lunch, let alone all the 400 crying to you. Said you be really busy. He said say one wrong thing, then 200 virgins mad at you. You said night man, no thanks. He said everyone too fat to do much. Y'all make it a block running. Then that's it. I agree. I don't know, but back then, the women didn't talk back much back then. So maybe a man could have 400, but they had eunuchs to manage them. Y'all know what a eunuch is, right? The majority of the slaves that were sold were to the Middle East. And the first thing the Arabs did, for the men and the women, they cut out the genitalia. They wanted to keep the race pure, and they didn't want none of the slaves to be able to claim anything. And that's why it's not a lot of black people in the Middle East. There's some there, but not a lot of them. Because they made sure they couldn't repopulate. And they used the men as soldiers. And they used the men to watch over the harem. But the men didn't have no penises. So they couldn't sleep with the women. They could look at them, but they couldn't do nothing with them. It was fine with that. So just because you might have had 200, 300, 400 wives, you had somebody watching them. Somebody that couldn't do nothing with them. When you went to war and you took slaves, if you wanted to put them to work, and you wanted them to guard your women, you made sure they didn't have no penis. So there's no way that their line could cut into your bloodline, and then they could have a right and say, hey, but my son, since the king didn't have a son, I gave him a son. So he's the rightful heir. That's why they had eunuchs back then. And there was no way that a woman could say, well, the king never had a son, but I gave him a son when he laid up with me. They made sure that they cut the uterus out before they even brought him to the land. When they paid for him on the spot, they did that. So they wouldn't forget on that long walk across the desert. They made sure they didn't forget. They took care of that at the beginning. That's why they say the majority of them died. For every one that made it, 30 didn't. They come back and buy some more. Well, we didn't get enough, you know. Well, you bought 100. Yeah, but only 10 of them survived. You know, well, we need 100. Go buy 100 more. Maybe 15 of them survived. Yeah, go back again. Go back and get 100 more. They was willing to do that. Whereas slavery in Spain and in the UK, and when they brought it to Haiti, and when they brought it to the United States, it was, no, we want them to populate so that we can get money selling them. I'm saying, nah, bro. We don't want you to populate. We just want you to work. That's the difference. We don't want you to repopulate, no. They didn't care about making money off of them. They just wanted them to do the work. That was the difference. That's why it was worse. There wasn't getting no favoritism with the master sneaking out in the middle of the night. There wasn't no favoritism of the missus sneaking in somebody when the master was gone. No, that didn't go on. There wasn't nothing to work with. There wasn't nothing to work with. Big difference. Well, like I said, evil. You said now 400 of them all have phones tested. I don't think one person could handle. Maybe if he was in the Middle East or somewhere. Maybe if he was in Japan or South Korea, where the women spoke when spoken to. But there's no way somebody could have. Even the celebrities here in this country. I don't think a man could do more than 10 women at a time. They would go crazy. Being talked to death. I was just saying, I think they would go crazy. Hold on, y'all. I pulled up an article here. Hold on. Where is it? Give me 1 second here. Let me pull that image down. All right, and let's go. All right, we're taking a chance again. How evil works within our society and what we can do to combat it. Evil is the force working against us as we seek to love God and each other. The only way that can truly love is if we have a choice not to. To be able to choose good, we must be able to choose something else. That something else is evil. Evil is our turning away from our love of God and others toward the selfish love of ourselves. And that's a great way to start. I like this article. I'll go ahead and start it. Evil is the force working against us as we seek to love God and each other. I've already told you, the worst thing to the devil and his fallen angels, the worst thing is for you to have a connection with God and Jesus. And without Jesus, you can't have a connection to God. And that's evil's first priority. That's why I showed you in the picture. The devil was trying to get Jesus to separate from God. By using his power to make himself something to eat and drink when God told him to go fast. That was the first thing he tried to do to get him separate from God. The second thing was throw yourself off the cliff and force God to have to send the angels to catch you. You're not supposed to tempt the Lord your God. That's a sin. Trying to get Jesus separate from God. Then lastly, he told him, I give you all these kingdoms you see right here. If you do what? Come follow me and separate yourself from God. The devil does the same thing to us. I'll help you do whatever you want to do as long as you separate from God. I don't care if you go to church. I don't care if you sing songs about Jesus, but I want you to be separate from God. So let me push you to do the things you enjoy that you know will separate. He knows separate you from God. That's what a sin is. A sin is something that God can't stand, that God can't be around. And when you indulge in sin, you separate from God. If you know that there's an act that God cannot stand, and you enjoy that act, that means you love the act more. Whether it's messing with the kids, whether it's cheating on your spouse, whether it's lying and cheating the people in the community, whether it's going around beating people up, whether it's going around killing people, whether it's giving people poison. You know that God hates these things, and yet you love to do it. That's what evil is. Evil is the force working against us as we seek to love God and each other. The only way you can have true love and not be a robot this is why you can raise your kids the best way you know how. Take them to church. Get them in as many activities that's positive. When they hit their teenage years, the stuff you done for them don't mean nothing. Because when they come across evil, it's going to awaken something in them. And those that are prone to do evil are going to do it. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Because the only way to truly have love is to have a choice. And your children are going to have a choice. Do I follow the path that mom and dad set, that my grandparents set, or do I follow the path that the TV, that the media, that the drug dealer on the corner, that my favorite athletes, my favorite singer or rapper, do I follow their lead? You can lock your kids up. As soon as they get free, they're going to go do what they want to do. We have the choice. We had a choice to be good and cling to God, or to throw God to the side and walk him in evil. We have the choice. And all of us have that desire, one way or the other. Who wouldn't want to be rich? Who wouldn't want to be famous? But the question is, at what cost? Because if you can't do those things and still stay connected to God, you're doomed. So it's more of a now or later. I'm living good now, but later on, I'm going to have to pay the piper. So do I have my fun now, or do I have fun later on? Forever. Do I do what I want to do for these 75, 80 years on this earth? Or do I want to do what God wants me to do and get to continue on for thousands of years? That's the question. He says, an analogy might be to think of our time on earth as a spiritual workout. Evil is the gravity we're fighting against us. The resistance creates the healthy muscles of our soul. The resistance. What does he mean by the resistance? See, I've read this before, so I'm reading it the same way you is. And I'm breaking it down as we go. Whatever the Spirit tells me to say is what I'm telling you. I've been telling you this for the longest time. These 75 or 80 years is your American Idol audition. We are auditioning for our spot. Is our spot going to be on the new earth? Or is our spot going to be in the lake of fire? How we deal with evil is going to decide where we go. How we deal with the evil is going to determine, are we good enough to continue on, or will we be snuffed out? That's what decides it. See, God gave us a way out. When Adam and Eve disobeyed God, the penalty was death. Like I told you, I think the devil thought that he was going to do it immediately, but he didn't. I think the devil thought that God was going to do it immediately, but he didn't. Adam and Eve lived 900 some years. You're not thinking of death in the right way. You think of death when the human body dies. We weren't made to live for a certain amount of years. We were made to live forever. This is the point that everybody keeps forgetting. Adam and Eve really screwed up. We were supposed to live forever. But Adam and Eve lived to be 900 something years old. What do you think the devil was doing for them 900 and something years when he waiting for them to be killed? Well, we got to change the plan. He said he was going to kill them, but he didn't. So I still want them dead. So now, I got them separated from God. God, what about the garden? They was ruling everything. Now they got to work. They don't have the powers that we have. They can't fly like we have. They struggling. The ground not yielding to them. They used to be able to tell the ground to do whatever they wanted to do. The animals killing them. Why are they trying to kill the animals to get something to eat? where the animal used to come and lay down in front of them and work and do their work. We still got to keep them separate. We can't let them renew the relationship with God. As long as they separate from God, technically they did. We got to make sure that they stay, that their children stay separate from God. Because they have brains. I'm sure they're going to realize that it's worse to be separate from God. Sooner or later, they're going to realize it. We got to keep them separate. We got to make them think they can do everything on their own. And that's what the job is. To keep us separate from God. But God knows this. And that's why when the devil thought that he killed Jesus on the cross, he thought that he had won. But in actuality, Jesus is the way for us to reconnect with God. So the devil failed. He failed in the garden when he thought that God was going to kill Adam and Eve on the spot. The devil failed again in the garden, and when Jesus died on the cross. The devil didn't expect Jesus to be resurrected. He didn't expect God to give us the gift of grace. The devil was made a fool out of. And he spent every moment since then trying to get us. He doesn't realize that God is one step ahead of him. He thought when he killed John the Baptist that he was doing something. No. John the Baptist served his purpose. He led the way for Jesus. And so John needed to become lesser and Jesus needed to become greater. So he allowed the devil to do it. Some people think that Judas Iscariot. Jesus told Judas what he was going to do before he did it. They were one step ahead. I guess the devil was saying, hey, Jesus knows what he's going to do and he still let them do it. He really is stupid. That's what the devil was thinking. I know he ain't that stupid. What do you think the devil's saying when he letting the people whip him? He letting them slam a crown of thorns into his head. He letting them make them drag his own cross through the city. What the heck? You think that was sitting there saying, he letting them nail him to the cross? Why ain't Jesus getting up and tearing them people up? That was like, yeah, we won. Come on over here, demons. You got to see this. We've won. And then to see Jesus rise. And to come back again and again. What do you think the devil was thinking? I thought we had won, y'all. Now we got to turn it up. We got to turn it up. So right now the Romans in control. We got to figure out how to get the Romans to break down this new religion that's starting, to get in on it and to change it. And that's what he did. And been working for over 2,000 or something years. Working to keep us separated from God. And if possible, keep us separated from each other. This is the mission. Keep you away from God. Don't care what else you do. Go out there and do whatever you want to do. But don't have God on your mind. Don't care what you do. I don't care if you go to church. I don't care if you sing hymns. But you're not connected with God. That's what he cares about. The real death for a human being is to be separate from God. People think about the problems that we have on earth. And only when we get in serious trouble do we think to turn to God. You should be talking to God every day. You should be giving God praise and glory for your good days. And you should be giving him praise and glory for your bad days, because you know good days are coming after those bad days. Everything you do wrong, the devil and his demons go tell God what you're doing. Those of y'all that think that you're doing evil and God ain't looking at you, the devil go tell on you. To make sure God knows. So God knows you ain't with him. Angels are writing down everything you do, so that when Jesus opened up the books on you, they'll be able to see what you've done. I'm telling you this. What are you going to do about it? You know. You can't say you don't know. I'm telling you. You going to do something now, or you going to try to shuck and jive in front of Jesus when he got the books open on you? What you going to do about it? If you love sin more than you care about God, what make you think you're going to be able to continue on? When Jesus allowed himself to be turned into a baby and lived as we live for 32 years, what are you going to tell him when you stand in front of him being judged? He's lived what you lived through. He might not have had no iPad. He might not have had no computer. Might not have had no social media. But he lived as a human being. So you can't say, well, you don't know what it's like to be a human being. He came down here and lived as one for 32 years. What kind of excuse are you going to make? What kind of rationalization is you going to use against somebody who lived through it? Stop trying to fight it. Stop trying to figure out how to get around it. Because that's what human beings do best. How can we get around something? A word that always stuck with me when I was young was the first time I heard somebody say damage control. You know what damage control is? Damage control was started by people that were in charge. When something would go awry that would make the people riot, what kind of lie can we come up with to make the people not angry anymore? How can we get around the truth? Does that sound familiar to you? How many times have you took the truth and twisted it just to make somebody angry at you, not mad anymore? A human being can do this to another human being. You can't do it to God and Jesus. You can't do damage control. Well, you know, well, I'm going to do this in the dark and they can't see it, and then I'll come out and be like everybody else. How many alcoholics you know drink in solitude? sober up a little bit, and then come out and act like they just fine. How many drug addicts, go get high and then just as happy and hey, how you doing? But deep down, they know that they can't wait for everybody to leave so they can go get high again. You can fool other human beings. You can't fool Jesus and God. But yet people try to do it every day. So let's go back to this. Where was we? I think we was here. And that analogy might be to think of our time on earth as a spiritual workout. Evil is the gravity we're fighting against us. The resistance creates the healthy muscles of our souls. How does it work? We live our lives with the freedom to choose good over evil, but the choice to do evil is always there and approaches us constantly. We are in a state of spiritual tension. Will we be more selfish or more loving? Will we give in to fear and lies or hope and love? The tension is constant throughout our life on a daily basis. Evil comes at us in many ways. First, we inherit evil from our ancestors. None of us are immune from it. Throughout our lives, the most common areas where evil enters in us is our desire for status, a desire to accumulate dominion over others through power or money. It plays on our sincere worries about meeting our basic needs of food and housing. In today's gospel, Jesus faces evil through temptations. One is to have power over others standing on the highest pinnacle. The other is to meet his immediate hunger need by turning stone to bread. And the other is a dramatic act of throwing yourself from a high tower to prove yourself to others and gain status. Jesus faced temptations from evil throughout his life up to the cross, and in this way teaches us that we can overcome evil. The process of being tested throughout our life is through temptation. The process of overcoming evil is turning to God for self-awareness, a desire to do better, and taking concrete action to grow. It's called regeneration. Each day, evil forces are working against our angelic forces. The goal of evil forces is to get us into a state of fear, shame, and anxiety deep enough that we feel we cannot get out. The goal of evil forces is to get us into a state of fear, shame, and anxiety deep enough that we feel we cannot get out. Evil seeks to get us to spiral downwards. I recently preached on addiction, and this is evil's way of getting us so wedded to a certain bad habit that we will create delusional rationales for our behavior. Oh, I said that. Okay. Slowly but surely, we can come to love the evil so much that anyone who reveals it or questions us will be sidelined. We will come to love the evil so much that anyone who reveals it or questions us will be sidelined. Or as I said, kicked to the curb, crushed, destroyed, brought down, shamed, ridiculed. How to know evil? How do we know evil in our lives? We all hear voices in our heads. Hold on, didn't I tell y'all that? Hold on. Haven't I been telling y'all that? We all hear voices in our heads. Psychology will call this our constant chatter. Buddhism calls it our monkey mind. Our tradition would teach that there are also forces constantly trying to influence you towards selfishness or towards service. Here's how to know the difference. Angelic voices never shame or criticize. What? Angelic voices never shame or criticize. What's been my message all week? What's been my message all week? I've been telling y'all, you're listening to the voice in your head that's telling you to say the most stupid, evil, ignorant things at the wrong time. It's right here. Thank you, Spirit, for letting me lead me to click on this. This backs up what I've been saying to y'all all week. Angelic voices never shame or criticize. They reveal things that need to change with compassion and even humor. Didn't I say that you need to gently encourage and support people rather than making smart comments to bring them down? It's right here. They reveal things that need to change with what? Compassion and even humor. When you hear voices, for example, that says, you are a phony, no one likes you, you're ugly, what a fool. If everyone knew who you really are, they would hate you. You're tapping into the hells. You're doing what? You're tapping into the hells. We all hear some versions of this. Recognize that these voices are not from heaven. They are from hell. These are the voices of demons seeking to make you feel bad about yourself and the world. If you give in to them, they will run with it and pull you down deeper into depression. This is what I've been telling you all week. It's right here. It's right here. When you think of the things you need to change or get moments of self-awareness or get honest feedback from people who love you, that's your angelic trainer inviting you to work out. They do not truck in shame or fear. Swedenborg offers an extremely helpful view of how evil works in our lives and in groups. He points out that it never comes to us as evil directly. Evil always comes to us as some deceptive solution. I told y'all that. It never comes out of thin air, but always builds on things in our own lives and memories. It takes a bit of the truth and a part of our experience and twists it into a believable falsity. We know it has a hold on us when confronted by the reality that what we are doing is not good. So we deflect. We do what? We deflect. Yes, this might not be great, but I'm not as bad as that. Been saying that for years. You are complaining about this, but what about that? Remember I told y'all the example of the crack addict who lives in apartment 2. Her kids don't have holes in the clothes. It's a half a box of cereal in the cabinet. It's a half a gallon of milk in the refrigerator. They got a half a box of cookies. They got their school books and pens. But when you tell her you need to get your crap together, she'll tell you, why are you talking to me? Go see the woman down the hall. The woman down the hall, her kids got holes with clothes in it. They ain't got no food. They come here asking for food. They ain't got no school books. The kids don't even go to school. But you want to talk to me. You need to go talk to her. Well, guess what? That's you 2 months from now. Or a year from now. Or 5 weeks from now. That's going to be you. But you don't want to be told nothing. You want us to go down there. Both of you need help. But you want to deflect. I'm not as bad. But you will be. You ain't as bad yet. But you will be. But you'll fight the whole way until you are that bad. And then you'll still fight. Well, you know, my kids are just as bad as the lady down the hall, but the lady on the first floor, her kid's in jail. Her kids, the youngest kid's in the jail. At least my kid's not in jail. They might not have nothing to eat. They might not have no clothes to wear, but God darn it, they ain't in jail. Then when your kid's in jail, well, you know, at least my kids ain't dead. The woman down the block, her kid's in the graveyard. We'll keep deflecting, keep making excuses, keep trying to rationalize. Fact of the matter is, you only 2 skips and a hop from being the person you pointing at. That's why I don't understand social media. The majority of the people that are on here talking trash about somebody else, the reason why they know what to say is they talk about themselves. Because some of them are just as bad, if not worse. But they want you to focus on somebody else. They don't focus on me. That's why they keep challenging you to show them something. Because they can't show you. They don't have anything. They're worse off than you is. But they put on this facade that I'm not that bad. And then try to find somebody that's worse and get you to focus on them so they can keep doing what they're doing. Once evil has a hold on us, it will deflect self-awareness, ramp up more fear, and cause us to focus on a splinter in our neighbor's eye while ignoring the log within our own eye. As Swedenborg says in today's reading, we ultimately get fog in our thinking and we become delusional sometimes to the point of a breakdown. We seek out others who will help us keep the charade going. Remember I told you misery love company? People that's miserable like to be around people that's miserable. They like to make everybody else miserable. How does evil play out in society? How does this play out in society? Mother says, why does the devil kill his troops, drug? What? Can you rephrase that? Why does the devil kill his troops, drug over disses? What? Hey, Mother, can you rephrase that question a little clearer? Why does the devil kill his troops, drug? Are you saying drug overdoses? If the devil has a chance to kill you, he's going to take it, especially if you're not walking with God. If he can kill you, he ain't got to worry about you walking with God. Because it's too late. Is that what you're asking? His goal is to keep you from being connected to God. If he can take you out and you're not connected to God, his job is done. Move on to somebody else. Devil don't care whether or not you live or die. He just cares whether or not you connected to God. That's what he cares about. That's why he doesn't have no honor among the human beings that actually work for him. He'll throw them away in a heartbeat. You know why? They're not a threat because they're not connected. People that's living in evil are actually disposable to the devil and his demons. They're disposable because they're already separated. They need to get people who are walking with God, who are trying to walk with God. Those are their main targets. So when you see people that's doing evil and they seem to be doing better than you, they doing better than you because the devil already know he got them. He ain't got to chase them down. He ain't got to bring calamity on them. They already separate. They're already dying. He worrying about the people who are. And he'll use those who are disconnected to help disconnect others. But that's their only value. If the devil can't use you to disconnect other people from God, he ain't got no use for you. You're very expendable. Like Mother said earlier, billions of people on the planet. If the devil can't do nothing with you, you're disposable. And whatever you think he gave you, when he don't need you no more, he gonna take and give it to somebody else. That's why a lot of these celebrities ain't happy. That's why these mobsters, it don't end well. Why these gangsters, it don't end well. Once you get to a point that you can't help him what he's trying to do, you're disposable. He ain't got no more use for you. Oh, where were we at? The dark forces are not working on us in an isolated manner. They will seek to connect us to others who share the same selfishness. Evil plays on our fears of status, career, and safety in groups. This reinforces our negative behavior and mass deception. This movement from our individual engagement with evil to the group is what leads to a mob mentality. This is what happens in our nation's capital. Evil forces look for leaders where they can use dark rhetoric to light the fuse of resentment, fear, and anger. Soon participants are feasting on hate. This is the ultimate goal of the dark forces. Their goal is the destruction of souls and lives. You know, when you think about what they just said, imagine if you was alive during the time of the Salem witch hunts. Innocent women and some men were killed because people thought they were witches. Somebody had to come up with the idea of somebody being a witch. To this day, they still making movies about witches, about warlocks. And some people still believe that there are witches and warlocks. But as a young person, if somebody got into their mind that you was a witch, and they go and tell other people that's like-minded like them and get them to get together, before you know it, you could have 30 people in that town think that somebody's a witch. And sooner or later, they're going to try to kill you. And they're going to believe that they're doing it on behalf of everybody. Two favorite group venues for evil are politics and the church. Both places engage tribal loyalties. They inspire in groups and outgroups. They create leaders who demand unquestioned loyalty. They have their own systems of agreed truth. This is why so many horrors come out of religions wed to political movements. They both work to stop self-examination. That's the first step in every evil engagement. The goal is to get you to stop looking from within and focus your attention on them, the enemy. That sounds like a lot of these chats. This nation, that army, this cartel, They have their own systems of agreed truth. What does that mean? They have their own system of agreed truth. All right, hold on a sec, y'all. We being infiltrated. Wait a minute. Let me take care of this real quick. So where's the chat at? Shucks. See this? I don't know what happened to the chat. But okay, let me get this bum out of here. See how the devil just stopped that show? You know, Mud Duck, you could have took that person out for me. I gave you the wrench. All right, let me pop the chat out real quick. And right now, no, you just pop it out and put it on live chat. All right. All right. And so now it's easier when they come back. It'll be easy. All right. Now let's see. Can we go back? Yes. Yes. All righty. Wait a minute. Did we read that already? Oh, where we at? You've heard me share many times one of my favorite books, The Screw Tape Letters by C.S. Lewis, where an older demon mentors his nephew, Wormwood. The head demon explains why politics is such a good venue for evil. Your best plan, Mr. Wormwood, would be to attempt a sudden, confused, emotional crisis from which he might emerge as an uneasy convert to patriotism. Let him begin by treating patriotism as a part of his religion. Then let him, under the influence of the partisan spirit, come to regard it as the most important part. Then quietly and gradually nurse him on to the state in which the religion becomes merely part of the cause, in which Christianity is valued chiefly because of the excellent arguments it can produce in favor of the effort. Once you have made the world an end and faith a means, you almost won your man, and it takes very little difference what kind of worldly end he is pursuing, provided that meeting pamphlets, policies, movements, causes, and crusades matter more to him than prayers and sacraments and charity, and the more religious on those terms, the more securely eyes. This is a good warning for all of us to be very much aware of tying ourselves to any political party or church. When you sense either your political group avoiding self-awareness or are not open to criticism, be on your guard. Your free will is in danger. With the decline of religion, more people are finding their belief systems in political groups and conspiracy theories. What can we do to combat it? Now that we see how evil works, what are some practical things we can do to combat evil in our lives and society? The battle against evil is within us. Our desire will be to fight it out there, but it starts within us. In our own lives, we must find new ways to become self-aware. That means making it a spiritual practice to seek out opinions and viewpoints different from ourselves. It means praying daily for God to make us aware of where we need to change. The ability to face the truth within will require courage. Finding a minister, spiritual director, therapist, or friend who will tell you the truth about yourself is another great gift you can give yourself. When you hear feedback from any of these sources, does not argue. You don't have to agree, but sit with it. If their goal is love and care for you, they probably see something you are blind to. Personally, reading the scriptures had a power greater than the intellectual knowledge gained. Attending worship in a sincere way, as we do each week, engages you with scripture and prayer and teachings that can really help. Sometimes evil will seek to break you from these strategies. I've discovered that people often tell me they are having deep spiritual breakthroughs in church, but months later they are incredibly angry at me over something I said or didn't say. Seeing this many times, I conclude they were able to break through, and the darker forces needed them away from this evolution. Another exercise is to ask, who just said that? When a thought comes into your head. Keep asking where that thought comes from. This personal self-awareness will help you realize where your thoughts are coming from. Any of them that are cruel or vicious is not yours but hellish. On the other hand, thoughts that come through to call someone in need, help out, give thanks will be angelic. There are also phrases that help when you feel those gremlins whispering in your ear. Jesus uses the phrase, "Get behind me, Satan." Using the Lord's Prayer or the 23rd Psalm are also excellent strategies. They clear your thoughts. They also make the dark forces aware that you are aware. Secrecy is their strategy, which is why they work so hard to build off your own ideas and mix in truths to your thoughts. When you feel the negative voices clouding your thoughts, call in your angels. Groups. When this level of evil exists within us, we'll seek out others who share our delusion. The internet has made this much easier. This is one reason we are seeing a dramatic increase in conspiracy theories, political fanatics, and cults. Now, demonic methods can be shared with thousands instantly. Mobs literally transform our ability to make appropriate decisions. Whoops, went too far. The guy descending down from the Senate balcony told the press that he just got caught up in the moment. Ironically, that haunting image with the inscription in Latin behind him, Anni Coeptus, which means God approves of our works. That man said, "I sincerely apologize to the American people. I recognize the actions that are brought shame upon myself, my family, my friends, and my beautiful country. In a moment, I thought I was doing the right thing." He reports getting caught up in the moment. Mobs do that. There's a good chance he was caught up in the moment. That's how evil works within crowds. Yet many of those arrested seem surprised they did anything wrong, continuing to boast online about their role. Leaders can play a major role in getting the mob energized in tribal anger. So we should be wary of allegiance to political leaders. President Trump knew what he was doing when he promised to march to the Capitol saying, "We must fight." Germans under Hitler talk about being memorized by the comments and the mob. And Jesus, who was hailed when he arrives in Jerusalem, faces a mob days later yelling, "Crucify him." Events like riots bring out dark energy and isn't tied to any political party. They all share a common desire for chaos and destruction. These types of people will be drawn to the chaos. Evil thrives on chaos and destruction like a moth to flame. I wouldn't be surprised to find Antifa types at the Capitol because their common magnet is mayhem. What can we do about mob? The trick of evil is to get focused outside ourselves. The enemy is over there. They are bad. This is another form of deflection. If you are a Trump supporter right now, you'll want to engage in conspiracy theories that the whole thing was staged by the left. Or you'll share stories proving Antifa led the charge. Or you'll want to point out that the riots in this past summer or in Seattle is worse. Or you'll point to the use of peaceful in the president's speech. All of this will cause you to double down with your tribe. The pain of having to acknowledge a part in any way with fostering this environment will force you to deflect and blame. Some will have the courage to wake up from their delusion. If you supported this president, this is a time to reflect on what role you played. If you are opposed to the president, evil will work on you in a different way. Self-righteousness and vengeance are powerful venues for evil. You will point out to everyone you were right. You oppose them, and this gives you the feeling of being good while they are evil. There will be energy within you that wants to move beyond justice towards vengeance. You'll literally want to destroy all of those involved. You'll seek to cast a wide net as possible of all your enemies. It feels good to be on the right side. This energy within yourself also requires self-awareness to address it. As you see, evil works with us where we are, but none of us are immune. Facing this challenge, you need to remember that these people in the riot live in fear. They have been lied to that their national election has been stolen. If you feel this energy coming on, stay calm and remind yourself of the humanity of those involved. Understanding doesn't mean they shouldn't face justice, but it is a spiritual discipline to avoid creating a space for evil in your own heart. Evil's goal here is to jack up fear and the desire for reprisal on both sides. The ultimate goal is a tit for tat that leads to violence and destruction. At that time, even darker forces can move in. There you have it. Evil is the product of our choice to love or not love. We must choose love. Evil within mobs and multiplies the potential for destruction and chaos. We must build communities of compassion. To break this cycle, we must speak the truth. Evil thrives off falsity. We must be aware of false ideas of being morally superior and the inability to question our cause. To fight evil, love one another. There must be justice, but we must avoid the temptation for vengeance and not give evil a foothold in our hearts and nations. Amen. That was an excellent article. That was an excellent article. And I could say it, but I won't say it. Oh, what the hell? It backs up what I've been saying all week. But you know, somebody, somewhere is listening right now saying, oh, fiddlesticks. And we need to pray for that person. Not make fun of them, not put them down. We need to pray for them. That's how you fight evil. Meet it with compassion. Meet it with logic. The man used the example of the election and used the example of the Donald Trump supporters. They went to the Capitol to voice their opinion. But once the people got there and they saw that they outnumbered the guards, they decided to take it farther. All right, something went wrong. Something just went wrong. What went wrong? Now we doing good. It said no data. Somebody messing with the YouTube because it said we had no data. Somebody's messing with the YouTube. It said we had no data, and we putting out more data than we need. Don't y'all find that weird? YouTube just said it wasn't getting no data. We putting out between 9 and 11 megabit a second. I did a speed test before we started, and we were doing 11.912 megs uploading. Downloading, we were doing 60 something. But that's when I download something from the internet. I'm pushing up to the internet. And we don't need 10 megabits to do full HD. We only need 3,500. I've done 2K with 4.3 megabit a second. We're doing between 95, or I should say 9.5 to almost 11. We don't need this much data. But I didn't choose this. I let the OBS choose it based on what we could do. And we're putting out too much data. The total opposite. Don't believe me? Read for yourself. Says it right there. The stream's current bit rate is 10.122 megabit. is higher than the recommended bit rate. So we're sending more data than we need. So if we're sending more data than we need, how can we have no data? Anybody want to explain that? If we sending more data than we need, we're sending more data than we need, how can we have no data? So let's open up the widget and see what it says. They say we recommend you use a stream bit rate of 45 or 4.5 megabit or 4,500 gigabits. It takes 1,000 gigabits to make a megabit. It takes 1,000 megabits to make a gigabit. It takes 1,000 gigabits to make a terabit. So we're using more than half what we need. Now, let me try and go and let me see if I can change this. So what are they saying? Now they're saying 4,500. It's right there. 4,500 gigabit. And I told you we were doing 2K with 4.3. They're saying to use 4,500. So let's go back to the OBS. Let's open up Windows Media, okay? And let's go into the settings. I don't know if I can do it while we live, but let me see if I can change something here. All right, we're in the settings. Let's go to output. Now you can see the video bit rate is 10,000. So let's see if we can change it. Can we change it? Yes, we can. We're going to change it. Let's change it to 4,600. Let's change it to 4,600 and hit apply. And see what happens. I changed it to 4,600. Y'all see it right there. 4,600 gigabit. Now let's go back. All right, and let's close Windows Media. And let's see what it says now. We're going to refresh the page. We're refreshing. So was I able to change it? It's still saying that it's higher. Hold on a sec. I thought I changed it though, didn't I? Let me see. Did it change? Yeah, it did. Now, if you look, let me bring y'all back in. I need y'all to look down at the corner. See where that green light is? Look next to the green light. Now, it's showing gigabits. Now, keep in mind, 1,000 gigabits is 1 megabit. So if it's saying, right now it's saying 4615, 5702, put a decimal point after that first number. So it's saying 4.9 megabit, 5.5, 3.8, 4903. It's saying 5.7, 3.8. I told you, you only need 3,500 to do full HD, 1080p. You only need 3,500. And we're pushing out 40. What did we do? 4,500 or 4.5? Now, like I said, we were doing 2K. It froze sometime, but we were doing 2K with just 4.3. And we could go back to 2K, but we seem stable right here at 1080p You can see we ain't dropped the frame. And you can see we doing 30 frames a second. The PC is at 10.8%. And it'll go down when I close this window. It's at 8.2%, 9.8%. Y'all can see it right there on your screen. Look at the bottom. All the information is there. All the info you need is right there. So I don't know why it said that we didn't have something when, you know, it says excellent connection. Let's go back and take a look. Now you see it says excellent connection. So it's not complaining anymore. I brought it down and it's not complaining. Y'all see it? It's on your screen right now. So maybe we should go back to doing 2K. But like I said, if we go to our upload now, I see how I do. But hold on, speed test should pop right up. I wonder how much that Google Fiber is. All right, let's do a speed test. With the show running, what is our speed with the show running? $58.8. That's our download. Our upload. Even with the show running. Keep in mind I'm running the show. 9.5. This is when you upload to YouTube, this will count. So 9.5 megabit a second. So keep in mind, it said that it says that we were uploading. It says that we were uploading. That we were uploading 9 point something when we only need 3 point something. And even though we're running the show right now, our upload is still 9 something. So that's good, 9 megabit. Now, some of y'all might have more fancier internet, but that's all I need. Like I said, we were doing 2K at 4.35 megabit or 4,350 kilobit. We were doing, if I go back to an older version of OBS, we were able to do 2K if we go back to anything under 24. Anything under version 24. I think we're on 28 now. So we haven't tried it on the newer versions. They just gave us a new version the other day. But if we go back, I know for certain we can do 2K on it. And we probably can do 2K on these newer versions. But the fact that we running the show and we still putting up 9 point something, that's good. Now the downloading, remember when we used to do the World Star? And it would freeze? We were using the phone. Matter of fact, we haven't done a World Star in a minute. I don't want to mess the Bible study up. I really don't want to mess the Bible study up. Hey man, didn't I download? Give me a second, y'all. Didn't I download some videos? I said we were going to do World Star. But where did I put it? Is the question. I'm not seeing it. It's not in downloads. Go to desktop. Well, where did I put it? Well, you know what? What the heck? We gonna look at a couple videos. It won't kill us. Let me see. If we get flagged, I'll edit them out. And I'll re-upload the video without it. Anything good worth looking at? Anything worth looking at? Ah. This looks like something on TikTok or something. Maybe we can get away with this. Let me see.
इसका तो देना पड़ेगा अरे मार रहे इतने आने में अंगला रहे हो इतने आने में दे ला हो गया ना सुन मारो सा
Wait a minute, are you serious?
इसका तो देना पड़ेगा अरे मार रहे इतने आने में अंगला रहे हो इतने आने में दे ला हो गया ना सुन मारो सा
Okay. Okay. I guess we can't get in trouble with that one. Dude got took down by 2 slaps. He need to sit down somewhere, to be honest. Wait a minute, something ain't right. What did I do wrong? Okay. No, we can't show that. Can't show that either. All right, what happened?
You really with this shit, nigga? You ain't fucking with no bitches, nigga. Come on now, nigga. Stop playing with me, nigga. Hey, for real, nigga.
DC Films, man. This nigga knocked his bitch out, too. Damn. It's over with. It's over with, cuz.
Okay. I ain't got no comment on that. Anybody got a comment? I don't. What the hell? Okay. What?
Don't tell me what to do. Something wrong, Charlie. Oh God, it is. Oh God, it is, sis. Oh God, it is, sis. Oh God, it is, sis.
Okay, I don't know what to say about that. Anybody got any comments? Woman got beat with a bucket. Okay, well, we haven't shown anything too bad. They fighting on the chair.
Een beetje jou en je winnen. Kijk, hey, kijk dan.
Look, somebody else go that shit. Shit, man.
Somebody
go to the chair.
Hij kan jou wel doen.
She should have took the chair. Man. Okay, okay. Okay. We'll show one more and I push our love. Because they bumped into each other walking down the hallway. Okay. Okay. We can't show that. This looks interesting. Road rage. Well, they seem to be the dog at night. Look at so whatever. Oh. grandpa. His head hit the ground. That's what you gotta watch when you fall. Damn. I am down. Alrighty. We're gonna have to get back in the world star. I'm gonna have the videos already set up. You said Kevin said more dollars. SSS covered. Don't believe any of it. Oh, it is more dollars coming. We getting a cost of living raise. They call it COLA. We got one last year, and you said he biffed him. He got knocked. He landed on his head. That's the hit you don't get up from. He might have a concussion. But yeah, we getting the cost of living increase. We getting it starting January. People that's on SSI, I think they actually get a payment next month. But I'll get my first one in I'll get my first one in January. January the 3rd. It's gonna be 86 something more a month. But I have to pay it's gonna raise my rent. My rent go by your income. So it's gonna raise my rent. So I'm only gonna get like 62 of that 87, 88. I'll get 62 of it. So I'll get $62 more a month instead of getting 95 from the healthcare company toward food or toward medicine. I'm gonna be getting I think 135 the cost of living. So I ain't complaining. And hopefully get a food stipend raise too. That'd be nice. That'd be nice too. I ain't complaining. Gee, bring it on. That's what I say. Bring it on. Yeah, I'm not complaining. Yeah, he definitely biffed him. I hope we don't get no copyrights. I'm actually gonna we're probably gonna come back and do a World Star video. I just wanted to get a little taste. I just wanted to give y'all a little taste. I really didn't want to ruin the Bible study, but just gave y'all a little taste. And I wanted to test and see how the new computer did a pretty good job. Did we drop any frames? %0.1%. Okay, I can live with that. Rather not drop any, but I can live with that. So alrighty, y'all, it's midnight. So let me get out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. And I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll do the Return of World Star. I know I promised it today, but I forgot that it was a Bible study. So we had to do Bible study, but I stuck it on at the end, and I know I'm gonna be getting copyrights. Oh, one more thing, is the video ready yet? Let's go to YouTube and see if the video ready yet. Go to videos. Is the video ready? All right, Mud Duck the video up.
We're gonna come back on the bridge.
As you can see, it's in 4K. So you can watch it in 2K, or you can watch it in 4 HD, or standard HD, or crappy HD. whatever your system has.
I hope y'all go back and watch the 360 video. It takes a while to make. I know it ain't ready till the next day, but I hope y'all go back and check it out. Because I worked hard on it. And I'm really looking retarded because I got an extended pole and I got it on my head. So y'all gonna get all the views. You're gonna be able to see everything. You ain't gonna be able to see me. I'm sitting under the camera. But you'll be able to see everything in every direction, totally clear and free. That means anything happens, it's gonna show everything. Ain't nothing blocking it. It's extended.
And yes, we pedaling.
750 watts, peak. Scaling this steep hill, and it's steep. I mean, it's steep, and we not using the throttle. And we got it on pedal assist 3, 8 Mud Duck, so we out here pumping it. This is leg work here. This ain't no easy way. How you doing?
For you.
This ain't easy out here. We out here pumping it.
Look at that hill.
Hope y'all appreciate it. It's a little bit chilly out here, but not cold as it was last time.
That's a mountain incline right there.
We definitely cranking it.
Come on.
That's real steep right here. Hope there ain't no cars coming. Cause I don't want that to stop. See, don't hit me.
Anything coming? No,
Trying to bring y'all different ways, give y'all different views. Y'all want to see the same thing all the time.
Now we
Trying
starting
to
to
switch
level
it up for you.
We'll pick up speed.
Trying to go a little bit slower. So, won't be so much wind. Trying to make the battery last longer by being in pedal assist 3 instead of 5. I'm getting more of a workout. Anybody want some Mickey D's?
Anybody want
cheese and Mickey D's? Anybody want a quarter pound of cheese? Anybody want to stack up on a Big Mac? You want to stack that Big Mac? I ain't going fast enough for you, son. How you doing? Well, they got the red light, so. Since we're going back, might as well. I still got 2 cans at the house. Of course, it's packed. Of course, it's packed. Maybe I just keep going to the market.
How look inside the store?
What's this, a line in here? I know it is. Yep. Even this time of night.
Now, that's the fried chicken over there, Mud Duck, you talking about 5 pieces for $10.
Oh, they're not even lying.
He told me to go here. He ain't want to be on camera. But hell no. It's 360, baby. You on camera, son.
Here you go right there.
That's the beauty of 360. Anybody with some sunglasses? Oh, they do sell money orders. Okay, I know money orders from there. I go to 7-Eleven. But I got to get the money orders from there. I'm getting them from the market. Look at him looking. he's like, I'm not on camera. Yes, you are, sir.
Oh, y'all don't have any? I came in for nothing? Oh, no. Please. You came in for nothing?
Alrighty. So the video's up, Mud Duck. And everybody else. Video's up. If y'all ain't sub, please hit the like button when you come in. Appreciate it. That's us right there. Says there's 5 people watching. How come Mud Duck the only one talking? Why is everybody afraid to say something? Yeah, it's good. It's too expensive now, though. Well, not really, but you used to be able to get 10-piece dog for $8.99. Now they want 5 pieces for $10. If you want to get the 8-piece dog, it's 14 something. If you want to get the mixed 10-piece, it's $20. So the prices went up, you know, with the inflation. So that's why we don't get it. And I can cook. I got chicken right now. I had shrimp earlier. I might go in there and fry some chicken when I get off of here and watch the wrestling. The AEW Dynamite come on tonight. So already, y'all, I thank y'all for hanging out with me. Thanks for chatting, Mud Duck. To the other 4 people, thank you for watching. Says there's 5 people here. I thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow, the Return of World Star. And the 360 video is up. And it's 4 or 5 of them. He said all prices went up 30%. Yeah, it is crazy. That's why I said I can't believe how fast I'm going through the food stipend. Can't believe how fast I'm going through it. Luckily, I set aside some money, so I'm good. But man, yeah, I learned from last month. I was down to by the time the 3rd of this month came around, I was down to my last $20. I don't want that to happen. Hopefully, I still have 60 3rd of this month. But we definitely gonna set aside. When I go get the money order, and I do the cash back, they only let me do $200 on top of the rent, which I don't like. So what I'm gonna start doing is when I go up to the cash register, I'm going to ask for another $200 back, and then I'll go ahead and stash it. I'll stash it in the online bank account I got. Oops, shouldn't have said that. Yeah, somebody be looking for it. Shouldn't have said that. Somebody be looking for it. Don't let evil in the door. It's a lot of evil people out there. Sometimes the people you let close to you, you find out how much evil they got in them. You'd be surprised. The people that you talk to on a daily basis, you'd be surprised. We all fall victim to it. But it's not. It's not how you get tricked, it's how you come out of it. And unfortunate. Remember, people come around you, God let them stay for a season. For a season. For a reason. But then when it's time, you move on. When it's time, you move on. And that's how you got to carry it. Get the evil away from you, if you can. If you feel you need it, you don't. That's just an insecurity on your part. When you sense the evil around you, it's best to keep it away from you. Let it go. Let it go. It was around for a season. Got me through some tough times. But the time coming to move on, so move on. As people come into this chat and as they leave, it's the time for them to move on. But the one thing we won't do, won't nobody be able to steer this show in the wrong direction. People will come, they will go. Some that were here will come back, some will never come back. But I'm going to be here with the good word. And the word is, get Jesus in your life so you can get God in your life. Get Jesus in your life so you can get God in your life. That's the one thing evil does not want. Does not want you to have a relationship with Jesus and God. Doesn't care about anything else you do. Doesn't want you to have that relationship. Somebody living under a bridge, they got a relationship with Jesus and God is better off than somebody living in a mansion. Keep that in mind. Because as you look for value, don't value possessions. Don't value money. Value is that person walking with Jesus or God. Those are the rich folks. And if you around people that's walking with Jesus and God, and you join them, you are the richest people in the world. You are the top echelon. You are the creme de la creme. It don't matter if you got lint in your pocket. It don't matter if you live in a shoebox. You got Jesus and God in your life, you rich. Because money will be spent. Material items will be used and forgotten. Some of you bought stuff and don't even use it anymore. But a connection to God through Jesus is priceless. And it's something that you can lean on all the time. No matter what's going on in your life. Keep that connection. Don't let nobody interfere, break. Don't let nobody come between you and your Creator. a human being can only do so much. Jesus and God can do anything. And like I say, sometimes you might think they move too slow and you give up. Don't give up on them. There's something coming for you. There's something coming for you. I'm proof of it. Even when I was down, I was still up. And now I'm up. And yeah, I went a little crazy, but but I'm back on track. I got a little crazy. You can't expect somebody not to go a little crazy now. If somebody hit the lottery, they're gonna go a little crazy. Now I didn't hit the lottery, but to go from having $55 to $700, that's a lot. I don't care how you slice it. Might not be nothing to y'all, but trying to make it on 55, and now we're trying to make it on 700. That's a big difference. Some of y'all make 700 in a week. Don't mean nothing to you. Means a lot. And to everybody that helped me along the way. Even though most of you ran off. You helped me get through that season. And I thank you. But now go help somebody else. I don't need your help anymore. Go help somebody else. But that is funny. Now that I don't need the help, they don't come around. I don't get it. But anyway, I see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great night. And I'm out. Peace, everybody. And that's right. I need to shave. You know somebody thinking it? I need to shave my head too. But I ain't got no more doctor appointments until the 15th and the 16th. So unless something surprising come up, I'm good. I'm good. So I'm going to go watch the AEW Dynamite. I hope y'all have a great night. And peace, everybody.